Kids ignored my warnings and learned a very expensive lesson. As a kid, my family was too poor to ever decorate on Halloween. So when I finally got my own place, I decided to heal my inner child and go all out for Halloween. I'm talking custom-built animatronics, fog machines, the whole 9 yards. I spent months building props in my garage. I was excited just imagining the looks on kids' faces when they saw it all. But just when I started setting things up, strange things started happening. I'd come out in the morning and find my extension cords unplugged or some of my smaller decorations moved around. I thought maybe it was the wind or an animal, a really smart animal. But then I checked my security camera and there they were, 4 teenagers messing with stuff on my lawn and laughing about it. One of the kids, Jeremy, lived just 3 houses down. I went over there and asked him to kindly stop, but he just looked at me like I was talking gibberish. Broski, it's just decorations. Can you chill? His friends chuckled behind him. Those decorations cost almost $1,000 and 5 months of hard work. He snorted and slammed the door shut on my face. That should have been my first warning about what kind of kid I was dealing with. Instead of unplugging things, they started actually stealing things from my lawn. Small stuff at first, like plastic pumpkins and fake tombstones. I replaced them and added more cameras with signs that read, "Smile for the camera," thinking it would scare them away. It didn't. They waved at the cameras, making faces while they messed with my stuff, tangling up all my light strands, breaking delicate props that I actually couldn't replace. I tried confronting them again, reminding them that the electrical setup was dangerous, but Jeremy just laughed in my face. "What are you gonna do, old man? Call the cops over Halloween decorations? Nobody's scared of the cops anymore. They're canceled." "Well, maybe I'll just tell your parents," I threatened. That was a mistake. They started damaging my actual house instead of just the decorations, spray painting over my cameras and windows, jamming the lock in my front door with chewing gum. They even ripped off one of the legs of my $300 animatronic spider. That's when I realized these kids weren't going to stop. I went through all my security footage, documented every single incident with timestamps. I had their faces clear as day, their voices. I talked to other neighbors to see if they maybe saw anything, only to realize that they were also getting terrorized by Jeremy's group years before I moved in, stealing packages, destroying mailboxes, even throwing toilet paper all over their houses. I printed everything out and sent a certified letter to Jeremy's parents with all the evidence. I included photos of the damage and estimated I was looking at over $1,800 in destroyed property. His parents walked over with the letter and handed it back. "You need to relax. They're just kids, little boys. You should know how they are," they told me. Yeah, sure, I knew how teenage boys are because I was one just a couple of years back, but I wasn't a straight-up menace to society, you know? But I figured if the parents weren't listening, all I could do was make sure the rest of the decorations wouldn't get damaged. I installed new cameras with night vision and motion sensors, but this time I hid them really well. I put up new warning signs. "Danger, high voltage electrical, do not touch." And I decided that if they came back one more time and damaged anything else, I'd finally call the police and press charges no matter what. Halloween week came and I had my display at full scale, ready for all the trick-or-treaters. But the night before Halloween, Jeremy and his crew showed up, not surprising. They hopped my fence, walked past all the warning signs I'd posted, and headed straight for my biggest piece, a 12-foot Reaper I'd spent all summer building. Jeremy climbed up on it while his friends filmed on their phones, trying to ride it like it was a mechanical bull before breaking off the arms. But just as he did, the entire structure ripped over, making Jeremy fall hard onto my decorative fence spikes, which were plastic but still definitely hurt. I actually heard the scream from inside my house and woke up. His friends panicked seeing the lights in my room come on and tried yanking him up. One of them accidentally grabbed onto one of the electrical wiring and got shocked, falling onto their backs. The 2 that weren't injured had to drag them away, leaving behind my broken animatronic, a destroyed section of fence, and Jeremy's phone as evidence. I woke up, saw the damage, reviewed the footage, and called the police. But that was actually the worst thing that could have happened to me, because even though Jeremy had to empty his savings to pay for the damages, he was now out for blood, and this time, it didn't stop with vandalism. I never imagined how far he'd go. Full story on channel linked below.